Welcome everyone. I want to introduce to you my very, very special friend. All right.
That's my best friend.
It's going to be so interesting. So, I guess, what is the stage name that you're going by? Like, what's your official stage name?
Well, let's start with my regular name first.
I mean, that's
Of
true.
course.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
So I'm AJ Thomas, but my stage name is AJ the Dawn, and well, I do poetry and spoken word.
Nice. Now, of course, this is like going to be a little different because most of the people, I'm either just getting to know them. This person actually happens to be a friend of going on like, how?
Like 8 years. 8 years.
Yeah, it's been
Like
8 years.
Like 8 years.
It's been
like 8 years. I did the math.
I just realized it's been a while.
I did the math.
For me, I already know.
I ain't put the age out there, but I did the math.
Yeah, I'm getting a little old. I don't even.
It's okay. That's
besides the point. Okay.
That's besides us. You're not going to
Right.
that.
Great. Okay. So I guess the first thing let's start it off with, right? What motivated you to get started? Obviously, in your poetry.
I've been doing poetry for a while, since I was out the womb. You feel me? I came with a pen, paper. I was ready. But no, for real, I've been writing since like first, second grade, and I did it originally because I enjoyed it. Of course, I loved it. I was very imaginative. It was an escape for me, and for me, as I got older, it was a place I used poetry as a place of comfort, as an outlet, as a source, and then of course it became like a source of joy for me. It shakes my spirit different than anything that I've ever done or ever enjoyed. Nothing moves me, nothing shakes me like poetry, like spoken word.
And I definitely know that. I want to say, like, which year kind of like, because I noticed like over the course of our friendship, especially like in high school, you would always kind of like read your poems to me. But I feel like there was around a certain year when you really started getting, like really into it. Like you really started writing them very like consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Which year would you say? Or was that in college that you started doing that? Or was it in high school?
I want to say it was high school. It was definitely high school.
And what year you think that was? Like,
to be honest, it was when, I want to say it was sophomore year.
Yeah.
From sophomore year up, because that's when I started doing the literary magazine from my sophomore English teacher, Mr. Pansky.
I do not remember that. Go ahead. Okay.
I still had the books. I had books from I think from either junior year and senior year or sophomore through senior year. Mm-hmm. But I was in charge of putting a literary magazine together, and she knew about my poetry, so she wanted me to put my works in there, and then throughout the course of time, I would just help her with the magazine.
You still have that?
The magazines?
Yeah.
Yes. I do.
Yeah, let me see that one time.
I do.
I didn't even remember that.
I designed the covers.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sitting here.
They ugly. They ugly though.
No, don't try to downplay it.
Ugly as shit.
I do gotta see
but
that.
Once I felt that even though it was like nobody read them, it was still the fact that seeing myself like in a book period, it just thought to me like, you know what? This could be my own book one day. Like this could be me. Yeah, like this could be me. Like, think big. We need to stop fencing in our greatness.
Oh, that's definitely the truth. I know we had a couple. Anyway, but that is definitely the truth. We've already talked about what kind of motivated you. Now, this one, I'm actually really excited to talk to you about because I feel like we've talked about this a lot off camera, but what's keeping you motivated, now, especially because you've had that, by the way, she's had a performance, what was, HCC, just now, HCC.
Howard Community College.
Exactly, which is on my personal page. And did you ever put it up, or did I ever give it to you?
No, you didn't.
Okay, so it's on my personal page. I will go ahead and
one job.
I will go ahead and tag you, or I'll put it below. But like, what's keeping you going now? Like, what's keeping you going now?
What keeps me motivated to write is when I was younger, like I said earlier, I more so did it for me. Mm-hmm. And like I said, poetry was my place of comfort and a place where I felt like I was a little bit less alone in the world. Mm-hmm. And I want to share that comfort with other people because I feel like there's a billion people in this world. But with a billion people in the world, we can still feel lonely and empty. And we're just like sitting on a raft of like this endless ocean going into this endless abyss of nothingness. And for me, like when somebody says poetry, it's almost like a hand reaching out and saying like, look, I'm here. Like, come join me. Hop on my raft. Like, you're not alone. I'm here with you. I got you. I feel you on this. I feel you on that. You are not alone. That's the biggest thing. Exactly. I want to spread that comfort.
And I know for me, I feel like when I listen to your poetry is one thing about you, which I feel like when I listen to you versus when I listen to other people, like your music, or not say your music, but your poetry, it honestly does feel like music. That's one. I think because of your tonality and how you can go from, you can get loud. I mean, not even just loud, but you can really get expressive is like the word that I'm trying to say. You can get so expressive and then you can go so soft. You have such a wide range. Honestly, it's like a song. Mm-hmm. It's like the highs and the lows of the song. And then you going between those highs and the lows is like the melody and the chorus. And honestly, it gets me so wrapped up in it.
Oh, thank you. Stop.
Yeah, but it's
really keep going. Keep going.
But no, I'm serious.
He don't never compliment me, y'all. So I'm soaking this all up.
Hey.
All he do is talk trash
okay,
about
let's not lie to the people. Okay. But no, yours. I think that's what really makes you special, your range. Because I know you as a person. And you as a person, you're one of the people that can go from 0 to 100. And I think that actually translates very well into your poetry because that shows a really great range. What I'm going to ask you now, right, is I feel like this is a really good question. I personally want to see this more like in interviews nowadays. Mm-hmm. And I think that's more so, I want to ask you, if you were to be the person that would walk up to you and give you that inspirational message that you really needed at that age of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, mm-hmm. right? Whether it be specifically poetry or whether it be motivation in general, to mm-hmm. really just tell yourself like, hey, you can actually or you can reach your dreams. Like it's very possible. Like what would you tell yourself, And I feel like that's what I want you to tell the people out there.
All right, so I might be kind of like a head for this, okay? But our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate, mm-hmm. but that we are powerful beyond measure. Mm-hmm. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. It was an excerpt within a poem, of course, by Marianne Williamson. And of course, all the Black people know it from Coach Carter. Exactly. So, but it's an excerpt from a poem. And the whole poem is great, fabulous. It's life-changing. But really, though, that quote, I try to remind myself of that every day because just the thought, I think, especially within our society nowadays, we have so much like I can'ts, I won'ts. How can I see myself? I can't imagine myself. Oh, that couldn't be me. That couldn't be possible. I don't have the money. I don't do that. Like, mm-hmm. There was just a whole list of excuses, aka a whole list of obstacles that we have given ourselves. Exactly. We have already put forth walls and obstacles and hardships just by putting that energy out there, just by putting having a pessimistic attitude, because it's like, if we need to stop downplaying ourselves as people in general. We have to know that we know that we know that we can do it. Why can't we change the world? Why can't we move nations? Why can't we sit here and change lives and help other people and be somebody great? You know? And it's like, we look at other people's lives and say, oh, well, I could never. And no, we have already, like, what we're doing is fencing in, like I mentioned earlier, we are fencing in our greatness. We're already putting, what do we call, blocking our blessings. We're sitting up here and God's sitting here trying to rain down blessing on us, and we're in the umbrella instead of just sitting in here and enjoying the storm. No, exactly. Because after the storm, there's going to be not only a rainbow. After the storm, there's going to be new fruit bearing. You know, so like, what kind of gifts do you want your what kind of fruits do you want to bear from your gifts? Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like we need to embrace more of our gift, embrace more of light, embrace more of the side that frightens us, embrace the side that scares us. Mm-hmm. Because if it scares us, then that's a great thing. That's a great thing. It should shake our soul. Our dream. It was actually at I think it was a pastor who said it. He was like, I don't really remember anything else of that sermon. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Okay? But I remember this. He was like, if you have a dream and that dream does not scare you or scare the people around you, that's probably not your dream. And I wake up every day thinking, knowing my dream, and I'm just like, whoa, I'm scared. But I let that fear push me. And we need to kind of flip on how we see ourselves. And so instead of letting that fear block us, let it push us. Let it be the gas in our tank for us to go and accelerate and move forward and go up to the next level. You know, they say the sky's the limit, but forget the sky, forget the moon. We have a whole universe out there, and I'm trying to go get it. You know? I'm
not gonna lie, that last one was like, that's a little poetry coming out you. I'm telling you, no, that's
for real. For real. Like, we have to stop doing it. We have so much greatness in us that it scares us. And then we just stop. And we just let that fear just kind of put us in a frozen capsule, and we just never go on it. And now you just have a garden that could have bared beautiful fruit is now withered up and died, and it's like a raisin in the sun.
Okay, wow. I mean, I got deep to that.
With some Langston Hughes, I put some Langston Hughes in it. That's all true. Raisin in the sun, withered up and dies, really.
Well, we got a few minutes left. So I want you to go ahead and let them know where can they find you on Instagram, if you're using Twitter or any other social media that you want to kind of plug them on. What's your name? Of course, I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Well, right now I only have Instagram, but you can find me at aj.thedawn, DAWN, like Dawn. And you can also follow me on Snapchat at rebel_lionx. That's pretty much it.
All right. Well, personally, honestly, thank you for sitting down with me and doing this. You know.
Duh, of course.
I can't wait for the people out there to really like.
Why is he thanking me? Why?
Because.
Wow, what we say? 8 years? 8 years strong in this game, son.
Okay.
We 8 years strong, son.
You know.
For the homie.
I really hope like this gives them a chance to like really get to know you more.
Yeah, I hope so.
Underneath the artist. But yeah, so I'm pretty much done with the sit down with the editor.